Cancer. It's your girl, Jay. High Priestess. Back at it again with the general tarot reading for Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising for Virgo season 2022. How we're already here. We're almost to the autumnal equinox. Libra season. We're almost halfway down to 2022. Whew. And it was an interesting energy when I leaned into yours. Very flirtatious, very charismatic. I apologize in advance because so much Drake has been popping through, like and like dropping little nuggets of wisdom and like downloads in for me, which has been weird. Not weird, but weird to share with you guys. Because I just hear y'all like, Drake? Drake? Anyway, Best I Ever Had by Drake came on. And I feel like that's you guys' like vibe in some sort of way. This very vague oozing of charisma and telling multiple people that they're the best and, you know, luring in. It's like leaning into, regardless of your genitalia, there is like a leaning into like your dark feminine power and that like attraction power. I feel like you learned some big lessons while Venus was in your sign. Ooh, and Venus is going into Virgo. This is Venus in Virgo. The Nine of Pentacles has shown up for almost every reading. I only have one left after you. And the Nine of Pentacles has come out every time. And the astrological assignment for the Nine of Pentacles is Venus in Virgo. I'm telling you. There's something about like you got the fucking charisma. It's oozing off of you. There's like sovereignty, autonomy, independence. And the pace is picking up. I'm tempted to take those cards for you, honestly. Tempted. But in Virgo season, we refine. And that's the refinement of the Nine of Pentacles. There is something about like getting to the next level, getting to the next caliber, getting to the next echelon. There is some sort of like zhuzh about it. Here, I don't know how it's gonna let it, just feel it. It's gonna be, I don't know. Even, and I do not like saying I don't know, especially in readings. But I just feel like it's going to, that energy is going to materialize so differently for everyone listening and watching this. Because I know that I am, you know, female presenting, and so I say, like, I refer to women a lot, but this energy for the masculine, I feel like, is going to be very, like, dapper and distinguished, and, you know, like, I don't know. There's something rather, like, romantic, and distinguished is a good word. I like that. It just feels like there's something, like, you know your value, you know your worth, so act accordingly. Be sure to check out your Sun, Moon, and Rising. Patreon gets everything first. The Spirit Squadron and I go in and clarify every single card. It's basically the extended. There's tons of content over there, though. For as low as $8 a month. For free daily content, check out my Instasham at justj_everything. TikTok, where the real shit happened. Hot girl shit. TikTok is at justjeverything, and for other dope shit that I do, my website, justjeverything.com. Over there, you can check out the Apothecary, order you some customized bath soaks, body scrubs, and book a reading with me, or just DM me, whichever you choose. So, this is Feminine Mutable Earth, and the ruler of Virgo, Mercury, is in Virgo and is exalted right now. So there is this faster thinking, this clearer communication, a clarity of thought and efficiency that wants to come in. Cancer, I feel like it'd be a great time for you to start building some sort of like routine or structure. I know, routine It's like, ugh, you're like, I like the chaos. This is fun here. But if you want to get there, let's see what's in between them. There's going to be some big changes. Yes. Anyway, there is this heightened attention to detail, heightened ability to focus. I feel like your standards for yourself are going to be raising, and they should. So allow yourself to do more and talk less. On August 22nd, Virgo gets the sun, and there is a highlight in our life on service and analysis and practicality, order, and especially like you finding your way, you finding your version of doing something the right way. On August 24th, Uranus retrogrades in Taurus, and whatever is not working is going to come up. It may be unnerving, it may create some sort of upheaval, but you're going to cut it. You're going to figure out how to make some shit happen. And I feel like you can ride the wave. You are the wave. So anything that comes at you in Virgo season, mutable earth, you're like, I'm cardinal water, bitch. Like, please. But I do feel like there is like a challenge with grounding. Cardinal water likes to be in motion. But what happens when, how still can your waters get before they stagnate and get dangerous? Ooh. I hope y'all caught that, and I hope that was as deep as it felt for me. Anyway, on August 27th, we have the new moon in Virgo, and this is a great time to really get clear about where you need to tighten up and where things are too tightly wound. Allowing yourself to really figure out how to unwind. It's funny, as I said that, yes, you need to unwind. You need peace. You need time to, I feel like, cement and ground in a new stability in your mind. So I do feel like stillness is going to be important to you. It's important to act from a place of fun and passion versus pressure. Because I do feel like Virgo season is going to be applying a certain amount of pressure, and if you don't know how to manage that, and you don't ride the wave of the pressure, the waves of pressure that come in, it's like these hits, these downloads of like, do this better, do this, structure this way. If you don't like document it, write it down, like ride the wave of this inspiration and this flow, like, you're just allowing it's a mismanagement of your energy. I will say that. That is a nice way I will say it. You're mean enough to yourself in your head, so I will not participate in that. On September 5th, Venus goes into Virgo, and like I said, there's a 9 of Pentacles vibe. Shit gets real. And shit gets real as in it's time to really take yourself seriously. It's really time to start. I just saw a spider web. So the threads of fate are really showing up for you. You may start encountering a lot of spiders, and I feel like the threads of fate are really being woven for you in some sort of way. Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. On September 10th, we have the full moon. Actually, on September 9th, Mercury retrogrades in Libra and will retrograde back into exaltation in Virgo. So I don't think this is going to be a crazy Mercury retrograde, but I do feel like there are important lessons and habits and routines to analyze in regards to how you analyze, how you balance, That's going to be different for all of you, but I do feel like just pay attention to those little things. Not little things, honestly, but okay. On September 10th, we have the full moon in Pisces, and as my notes are written, release your humanness, be a soul alien superstar, get weird. Not necessarily in that order, however you want to do that, spice that up. But I do feel like it's important for you to remember you are a spirit having a human experience, and do some shit that makes you feel or remember that you're a spirit and that you're here to connect and be your whole self. So light it if you got it. Hydrate. Empty your lungs. That's one thing. I haven't been breathing in these Virgo season videos. And y'all know I be making y'all breathe. And so there could just be this heightened anxiety, you know, like we're just remember to breathe, Cancer. Just keep breathing and breathing and breathing and breathing. I know you gotta keep on breathing. Hydrate. I'm gonna light some sweet grass with that. Because we are welcoming in the most useful, helpful, and divinely aligned messages from our benevolent ancestors, Mother God, Father God, Mother Earth. Asking for the most useful, helpful, and divinely aligned messages for Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising, for Virgo season 2022. Some of y'all need some Reiki. You need to go get a Reiki session. Maybe some of you are learning Reiki, or would benefit from learning Reiki. Do that. Explore that. I feel like artistry also, music, singing, whether you like singing or not, singing, dancing is really healthy for you. Interesting. Ace of Cups reversed. So for some of you, there is something in regards to like, there are offers coming in that you may be wanting to say no to. There may be somebody else with Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio placements that you're unsure of. Five of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. Some of you, this may be somebody from the past coming back that is already kind of like, it's like abandoned me once, shame on me, or shame on you, abandon me twice, you know, that kind of thing. Mercury is retrograding this season, so there could be definitely some like, hey, strangers coming back. So I feel like there are offers coming in, but you now know what to say no to. You now know what to say no to. And I feel like your standards are raising, and you are worth waiting for what you want. Like, I also feel like some of you may be like saturated, especially if you are like polyamorous. Some of you may need a break. Some of you maybe, you know, maybe it's the extreme opposite. Some of you may be just like really, really thirsty. I feel like if you are entering to the dating pool thirsty and uncertain or insecure, that is exactly what you will attract. So please don't play that game with yourself or the divine. I feel like that there's a lot that the divine wants to give you, but you've got to put down the old cup that you're holding. The way that you carry yourself, the way that you protect yourself, the way that you satiate yourself, the way that you satisfy yourself, what you do to nurture yourself, to pour into yourself, to fill your cup. Are you doing your part to take care of yourself? Because the divine wants to give you stuff, babe. Wants to give you stuff. New stuff at that. But you got to put yourself in the position to receive. So this may mean that some of you are way too much in your masculine energy and are needing to get in that divine receptive energy. Whatever that means for you, do your research, look that up. Because it's going to be different for everybody, of course, according to theirs, you know, how you identify your sexuality and all of that, you know, gender identity and whatnot. Which the idea and the concept of gender is such a fucking illusion. It's crazy that I'm like, at this point, I'm getting ready to go to Burning Man too, and it's just like, yo, words are fake. Numbers are fake. Everything is fucking, like, not, like, part of me is just like, sometimes I feel like I'm fighting to stay in my body. And I don't really, and that's not very a pleasurable, like, experience, honestly. I'm not trying to say that to, like, oh, I'm so much higher than, no, it doesn't feel like that at all. It feels fucking lonely out here in these streets in this, like, knowing. And some of you may be feeling that, like, lonely at the mount, at the, it's lonely at the top, which is your shadow, Capricorn. So this is a season where you may be really tapping into your shadow. Damn. Tapping into your shadow. Tapping into your shadow. And tapping into your shadow doesn't mean all these bad, chaotic things are happening. It just means that you're, like, learning from yourself. Some of you, I just heard big mad. So some of you, or you are getting big mad, or someone around you is big mad. Ooh, there you are. There are big changes. I feel like some of you, you're going through some sort of dark night of the soul, because it is absolutely... I'm looking at other cards, and there's very different cards that came out. Hold on, this is on the bottom of the deck, though. I feel like y'all are in a position, this is dark night of the soul energy. You're, like, really having, there is an ending of a cycle in the realm of your mind. How you think, how you relate, how you treat your body, how you sleep. There are big changes. You already know what changes need to be made, but I feel like there are some big changes coming in that are going to change the pace of your life, that change the pace of your relationship to the divine, to spirit, and there's just some sort of, like, shift. And I feel like there is, like, an ignition, a lighting of a fire up under you in some sort of way. It could involve a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Aries, or Scorpio, a Leo. But either way, it looks like you returning to you getting to your roots, you getting deeper in your spirituality, deeper in the recognition and the usage of your intuition. It's not this thing that you do, or this thing that's just on Instagram, or this thing that, you know, it's like this thing that is like, you are of it, it is of you. You know, and so it's more than just like the aesthetic of being the spiritual one. Okay, so what came out was the Ace of Cups, where I did not fucking expect this. Ace of Cups reversed, the Empress reversed, Five of Wands reversed, and the Eight of Cups reversed. I'm going to just go on ahead and ask for the final card, final message for Cancer. Sun, Moon, and Rising. That Uranus retrograde in Taurus, man. Expect the unexpected. One card, one final message, please, Spirit. One final card, one final message. Father God, Mother Earth. Please let it be. Okay. There's quite the metamorphosis happening in Virgo season, apparently. Quite the rebirth. What needs to end? You come to, there is deep analysis. That's what Virgo season is all about, Cancer. You're going to be forced to get it out of the ether and out of the, you know, like woo-woo, out of your little, like, natural sweet mother or whatever bubble you've been in, whatever art bubble or love bubble. Some sort of, like, reality check hits, some sort of stark reality check hits. And this is the season of I Analyze. And it's funny because this analogy, like, or I guess metaphor, came for what we're experiencing astrologically. So the sun rules Leo, right? The sun was at home in rulership, and I told you guys how it spoke to me as in, like, there is this inescapable light that's coming. And I feel like Leo season was all about shining the brightest of the bright light. Even there was like people getting like the UV rays were higher than they ever been. We had this coronal mass ejection and all this shit was going on. Like the sun was fucking being completely extra as fuck. And now that and it was showing all of these things, showing us everything, really activating us, lighting a fire, lighting our solar plexus, our willpower. It's the season of I will. So we got this extra hot beam of light. And then the sun and that beam of light shifted into Virgo. And now with Virgo season, we got this magnifying monocle. And with the extra hot sun beaming through the fucking magnifying monocle, basically, it's like you could really burn some shit down. 5 of Wands reversed in the bottom, in the center of the reading. 6 of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. There are some imbalanced power structures in your life. There may be something that feels unfair or something that has been imbalanced in some sort of way for too long, that I feel like the tables have turned. There could be multiple people vying for your attention, and I feel like at some point it felt cute. At this point it feels stressful. And you may just be, for those of you who are polyamorous, maybe like polysaturated in some sort of way. There just may be a need to like cut back on who you spend time with, or some of you have already done that and you're coming out of it, and now you're able to really properly analyze, okay, these are the ways that I've been selling myself short. These are the ways that I haven't been valuing myself. These are the ways I've been hypercritical of myself, and the divine hasn't been able to. It's like, I feel like some of you, the divine has been like baiting you out of a funk or a negative self-belief, or baiting you out of maybe not taking so good care of yourself in some sort of way. I feel like you guys need more sleep. You need better quality food. You need more physical activity, or more alone time possibly. Needing or wanting more access to just more capital, or more, funds, or just more finances, or more time in nature. I feel like there's something feels like it may have been missing. And I feel like the divine is like, hey, I got this thing. I just heard, hey, Saturday, baby, I got your money, don't you worry, say hey. And granted, this is the Ace of the Cups, but it's like, the divine's like, hold on, baby, I got what you're waiting for. Don't worry. So like, when you're ready, come through, pull up. I don't know why it comes through this way. Pull up to the divine. Some of you, I feel like, okay, there are a few of you who are like, really like feeling some type of way about love and relationships. You're like, I'm ready to date, and I'm ready to get out there, and I'm ready to flirt and have sex and all this stuff. And it's like, no, you're not. No, you're not. Some of you, it's like you're thirsty in a way that has you looking to other people for this satiation, when only the divine can quench your thirst. The thirst that some of y'all have, this isn't for everybody. Because I know some motherfucking independent, probably hyper independent cancers. But there are some very codependent and very, in between. You guys are like really figuring out. You may be ebbing and flowing in between, but I just feel like there is some of you, the thirst that you have can only be quenched by the divine. And so it's time to really understand that, especially with you being a Cancer, especially if you're a Cancer sun, Cancer sun, moon, and rising, honestly, it doesn't matter where the placement falls, especially even if in Venus, there is this like natural magnetism, this natural nurturing, like beautiful, like feminine, Like, I also just heard supplication in some sort of way. I just feel like there's a nourishment that you're able to provide that you have been doling out to way too many others, and it's time to be conserving this energy for yourself. And you do not need to be in a position to be prioritizing romantic love. There are so many things that you want to do, so many things that you want to accomplish. Conserve your energy for your passions so that you can start living a passion filled, purpose filled life. And that's going to require you to get out of your comfort zone, because some of you are used to putting all this energy into your partner or your children, or taking care of someone, or caregiving, giving it to, putting it into sex, putting it into luring people into, persuading, whatever it is. It's just like there's so much more that you can do with this spiritual, physical, spiritual, and sexual energy than have sex or give it to, somebody else. There is this profound metamorphosis. This is going to be a juicy ass plunge, y'all. This is the number one plunge I think I'm looking forward to this whole Virgo season. I don't know if I've ever seen this many reversals in one of my personal readings. And reversals aren't necessarily negative at all. It just feels like your perspective is getting flipped upside down in multiple areas, specifically in the realm of money, in the realm of how you feel about your physical body, your aesthetic, you're in the realm of your relationships, and also in like your comfort zone. I feel like the Empress reversed, the Eight of Cups reversed, the Ace of Cups reversed. There is a movement or a progress forward in some sort of way that you've been denying. You've been wanting to stay comfortable. But I'm telling you, honey, let go or be dragged, but we're not here to be comfortable. And you know what needs to end. You know what needs to be put to a stop. You know what needs to start, initiate. You know what brings you luck. You know the ways that, like, you know you. And if only you would just listen, take your own advice, and really prioritize yourself, you could like uncover this metamorphosis. There is something, like, everybody is going to respond to you after this rebirth. Something has to end so a new version of you can really start to emerge. And I do feel like there is, whatever this is, it creates like this fertile like soil in Virgo season where you can plant very important seeds of what do you want in the next chapter? What do you want to take with you? What do you need to balance? What wisdom do you need to transfer? In what ways are you ready to transform? What excess can you get rid of? Where do you know it's like too much? That's what I'm saying. Something is like too much. Some of you may have been like very indulgent or too indulgent, or maybe even like selfish in some sort of way. And that only comes from you not being consistent about, honoring how you feel, or maybe some of you have been prioritizing someone else's feelings for some reason. There could be someone with someone else with Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio placements coming in that I feel like is very unexpected. There could be just some influx of love, of creativity, an opportunity to create, an opportunity to have fun, to explore. There could just be this receptivity, this downpour, something that's making you very emotional, possibly, maybe even an argument with a mom, mother-in-law, stepmom, you coming to terms with like motherhood, your motherhood, how you were mothered, maybe even like coming to some new conclusion in regards to your relationship to children or your relationship to your womb. But I do feel like there's a lot of like fights or a lot of conflictual energy that can be laid to rest by way of you thinking less and doing more. shit or get off the pot. It's time to get out of your comfort zone and really pursue your dreams. And in order for you to do that, there's some little shit that's got to stop so your big stuff can pop. I love you. Let's get into it. For the full version of the video, go to Patreon.